right, guys. Back in action. Back in action. I'm gonna let some people get in here. I was just disconnected a few times. I saw something happen on my phone here that I've never seen happen before. It said your phone is too hot to use right now, and just wouldn't let me do anything. It was just a screen frozen with that message there. So it happened two times. It interrupted my live. The second time I saw it happen, it was 3:57 p.m. The 57 there represents 27 backwards. I speak to you guys about that on my channel all of the time. There's no one in here yet. I just restarted, but I know that people will watch this on the playback. So I'm just going ahead and went in and start talking. I'll see if you guys want to come back in. We had a decent amount of people in here for a Sunday afternoon like this in the middle of the day. So um, I'll give it a few minutes to see if you guys will get in here. But in the meantime, what I will discuss is, which I'll probably mention this again once some people do get in here. But 27. Hey, thanks, Jerry. Yeah, I wanted to get this thing going and get it back going in real time because yeah, I want to get it back going in real time so we can interact the right way. What's going on, Ricardo? Yeah, I'm back in action, man. Yeah, I turned the air on. I turned the air on in the car now, so maybe the phone won't overheat. It was saying that your phone is too hot to use, and it just froze the screen. It wouldn't let me do anything. And you saw the second time it happened, 57 was on the clock. That's the backwards 27. That's what I want to speak to you guys about. It's something that I've never heard anyone else speak about, as far as the technology and how strong it really is. Like for instance, I want to speak about how they're able to monitor my phones and hack in when I'm using it when I'm not even on the internet. And also, I want to speak about how it seems like they have some kind of control over the battery. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm trying to chill too, Ricardo. But I'm trying to work. Really, I'm not even trying to chill, but they're making me chill. But I needed to work, get a couple extra dollars in before just do some deliveries. But they literally shut me out. I've been sitting there for 3 hours. 3 hours, trying to do something. They said, look, they said it would be 2 to 8 minutes. I've been waiting 3 hours. So I'm gonna have to leave this area. I came out here to work. I thought it would be some business over here, but it's not. So I had to go back on my side of town. So I'm gonna let we got 6 people in here. Let's get a few more people in here because I really wanted to speak to you guys about Palantir, and the person that I'm getting ready to speak about is very, very powerful. So, but I'm not speaking in a derogatory manner or anything like that, or nothing that's secret about it. So I don't know why all this extra phone sabotage is taking place, but I want to speak about it in a second here. Let me get 10 people in here. We got 6 right now. Let me get about 4 more people in here, then I'll go in with what I was getting ready to speak about. I'm not gonna go too much longer on this live though, because I said I was over on this. I'm over on this side of town trying to work. I came over here and there's some restaurants. There's a whole shopping center over here with a bunch of restaurants, and I can't get one delivery for 3 hours. So this is literally backdoor hacking. This is government agency, government cybersecurity contractors utilizing a backdoor, utilizing backdoor access to these apps and into my phone to limit my earning potential. Again, that's in order to keep me neutralized, to keep the amount of money and revenue that I'm bringing in under their control. Now, yes, I could have just turned on my Uber and rode around, but that's not what I wanted to do right now. And if they're doing something like this, I feel like they're trying to force me in to something they want me to do. Okay, so okay, I can't do it. He can't do food deliveries, so he'll go ahead and do Ubers because he needs the money so bad. Because now here we are on a Sunday, and they can have anybody they want to put in my cart over here. You get what I'm saying? They probably have people all set up. It's the weekend. They got a lot of people accessible to them, and they probably got some things they wanted to do as far as putting people in the back of my vehicle here. But I'm not in the mood for that today. I wanted to do food deliveries, so they just completely shut me down. And this is very weird. I've been doing this stuff on and off for 4 or 5 years. You don't sit here in the middle of the day on a Sunday next to a shopping center full of restaurants and not get one delivery offer. What's going on, guys? Strength is me. Welcome in. I want to see if we get four more people in here, and I want to speak to you guys about something. But what's going on with you guys? What's happening? Have you been anybody been recording their targeting? Anything new? Any information that might be beneficial to the community? Let me know. Yeah, they've been doing some stuff with me lately. I really think they've been poisoning my food really heavily lately. So I have some health issues that I spoke about in the past, but I got some stuff I'm gonna have to get checked out. But you guys just got to be careful out there. Be careful what you eat, who's preparing your food. I pretty much have stepped out on faith. Um, a lot of TIs feel as though that they won't like do things physically to harm them, but they poisoned me before. Like 2 years ago when I was in Tampa, they poisoned me at I think it was a restaurant. It might have been it was a fast food place. I shouldn't have been eating that. I was out of town, needed something quick. But not to mention that I was doing Ubers. Like right now, they're trying to force me into doing some Ubers. Right? I was down in Tampa about 2 years ago doing a lot of Uber rides, and I can remember for about a week or two straight, everybody they had come around me was coughing. Like in my car, just coughing hysterically, coughing around me, coughing, coughing, coughing. I mean, they just would not stop coughing. And this is in Tampa, Florida, in the summer, like October. No, excuse me, August. 2022. Everybody was just coughing, coughing, coughing around me everywhere. Eventually, I got sick. I mean, I got extremely sick. I was down for about I was sick for about a week. I got a serious cold in the middle of the summer in Tampa, Florida, 100-degree weather. But they just kept sending all these people around me coughing, and I was down. And then they started an extreme gang stalking attack, which I did. I have a video of that on my lineup on my channel. It's called Vicious Gang Stalking Attack Court. Check it out, a vicious gang stalking attack, something like that. It shows my experience in Tampa. After they got me sick with all that coughing, um, yeah, I was sick for about a week, extremely sick, and then they started an attack. So what I want to say is it will affect your health, guys. They will do things like that, really nasty, disgusting things like that. They literally purposely spreaded a germ to me, and it actually worked. So you know, they're very deranged, and especially if they start to feel like you are overcoming some of the things they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. It says the targeted chosen one says it seems like once you become a hard target, they start attacking your pockets and making sure you can't earn. Yeah, they'll let even if yes, they will try to make sure you can't earn an income. And right now is a prime example of that. And I was explaining to you guys the way that they do it using these like right now. I'm trying to use this app to do some food deliveries, and I've been sitting there for 3 hours, and they haven't sent me not one offer. And when I called in to see what was going on, she kind of gave me like a bitchy attitude and hung up on me. Like this is customer service, guys. But they all participate. It's all part of this whole matrix program they got us wrapped up in, guys. But literally, yeah, literally. But I'm going to work. I got to be at work in about 2 hours. I was just trying to make some extra money, which I need to. I invested in this car. I invested in this car last week, so I'm still trying to get back. Get my budget balanced again, like it was before this. But they're definitely trying to make it hard for me to do anything. Put these windows down, getting a little hot. I had the air on so the phone wouldn't heat up again. But they definitely want to stop your income, and because if you don't have income, it limits your options. And it seems like they're really, really, really pissed that I went and picked up this vehicle, and they've really stepped up a lot of the attacks over the past week. They'll calm down eventually once they get used to it, but it just is what it is. It's going to take an adjustment. Anything you do that can help you, like with this vehicle, I can make money because I can't make money with my other car, my van is not in condition to be out here running around doing all these jobs anymore. So I picked this one up as well, and they really been trying to attack me financially really badly over the past week. and my budget is definitely not balanced. Okay, it says they've been apologizing to me and asking me to join them. Don't really know who's been apologizing to you. Um, God strengthens me. Who's apologizing to you, and how are they asking you to join? Um, Ricardo Nunez says they've been throwing the 666 at me, and I'm not even lying. I just laugh it off at them because they can't. They just want me to flip. Hey man, yeah, if that's all they're doing, it's easy to ignore that. If they're just throwing up hand signs at you and things like that, yeah, just ignore it. But I would take some things serious if they're throwing up, if they're throwing up like satanic things, and just be careful what's going on because these people literally are satanic, and they do actually do deeds. The things you see like that, where they're just throwing up signs, like think about a gang, the Bloods, the Crips, the Mexican Mafia, whatever, a gang. They throw up gang signs, right? But they also can get active. The gang sign is just to let you know, this is who you're dealing with. But at the same time, they could do things, you know. So, and Satanists like to do things like poison you and, things like that, cause you to have certain accident, things where they can enjoy seeing you harmed. You have death cults out here, guys. You got to remember that. There's cults out here, cults, cults, and you have death cults out here. And some of these people are very sadistic, and they love to see people tortured and die, and die slow, torturous deaths, and things like that. So there's very sick people out here. So don't take everything so lightly. A lot of TIs want you just to focus on the spiritual and not really protect yourself properly here in the physical realm, but you have to. You have to protect yourself because these people, you have really, really sick people, and they're under dark MK Ultra programming. There's layers and layers of MK Ultra programming, and a lot of these people are operating in their altars. Their altars are brought about through their MK Ultra programming, which is probably usually through ritualistic abuse. So that's all that they know, and it's easy for it to be triggered. And as a targeted individual, you are in sometimes ways that you don't even realize triggering people's dark layered MK Ultra programming. And that will cause them to participate in targeting you. And you don't understand why. They don't understand why. We're pissed off at them thinking that they're doing something to us on purpose. But you have to understand they are too programmed. And a lot of times we're being attacked because we aren't programmed or we're trying to break out of our programming. Um, what we have here, the people in my V2K. Okay, that V2K. I'm sorry to hear that. I ain't never been worried about them. Targeted individual says I ain't never been worried about them in life. Stop being sensitized to worry about them now. About them now, like stuff. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Worry is the last thing you want to do is worry, but you definitely want to be smart. Definitely be smart and know that we don't know everything, and there are really sick people out here, guys. Just like you watch the news every day. You got really sick people out here, and you have sick people in this program, and you have very, very sick people who are working as handlers that have sent these people to do these things to you. So I wouldn't take it too lightly, but I wouldn't let it, completely just freeze you from being able to operate in life. Okay, but just understand that there are very sick, unwell, unhinged people out here. All right. It says they messed up all my Uber Eats orders, bad addresses, bad orders. They control everything. And yeah, John 4:6, 14:6. That's what I was saying. I'm sitting here right now. I've been sitting here for 3 hours, waiting for one delivery, and they haven't sent one. They've never went this hard before. It's very rare they would do it this badly. But again, luckily I do have other sources of income, other streams of income. But right now, this would have been convenient to be able to make a couple bucks before work, seeing as how I am in, a pretty tough spot. Again, after investing in this car last week, my budget is just busted. You see what I'm saying? I've been trying to, get things back balanced. So that's part of the reason why they're doing what they're doing right now to try to again, they want us neutralized. They don't want you to make progress, and if you do, they go to extreme measures, like what they're doing right now. Some people, they don't have to go to extreme measures. They can just send that friend around you that likes to do a little meth or smoke a little crack or do a little cocaine or that friend that likes to come around and bring that six pack so y'all can sit back and drink a six pack and get drunk all day and pass out, and you don't go do certain things that you would have done. That's another way you could be targeted, right, by a handler. Or and if you aren't that kind of guy, that they could just send somebody around, or they might send that sexy chick to come around and have sex with you, and you're having sex with her. She's a succubus, and you're wasting all your time, right? But you're not doing anything productive. But if you break through all of those barriers, you're breaking through all of your programming, and you say, no, I'm going to stay focused on what's gonna improve my life. They'll do things like this. Like recently, I remember I was trying to catch a bus. They just wouldn't let the bus. They just didn't send any buses there. I was trying to go do something important. No buses showed up, which never happens. Another time the bus actually just broke down, wouldn't take me where I needed to go. Right now, I've been sitting here for 3 hours trying to do a food delivery. This has never happened. I've been doing this stuff for years. They'll just shut it down. They just won't let you do certain. They'll just completely say nope, no rhyme or reason. When I called in to see what was going on, just hung up on me. Let me read some comments, see what you guys are talking about. It says, Cameron says, yeah, I notice whenever I try to have a conversation with someone, they will start to have an attitude within minutes of me talking after looking at their phone. Yeah, they do that a lot. Especially Cameron, if you're in a neighborhood where you frequent, if it's your normal everyday neighborhood, that's where I noticed they do it to me. Before I got this vehicle that I'm in now, I was pretty much primarily stuck in my area. My car wasn't running the best. I didn't really like to go too far out and do too much with it anymore. I knew I was going to get something different to be able to drive around soon. So I'm just sticking around the neighborhood, and they have it all laid out. You know, you go to all the different restaurants, the convenience stores, the auto parts, the grocery store. Yeah, they have people there. They'll just give you attitude for no reason and just have a nasty disposition towards you and all of that. All of that is trying to project that energy onto you, so you will act that way. So you just really got to really be careful not to let them like transfer that negative energy over to you. That's a purposeful move to transfer negative energy. So just don't allow it. You gotta block that shit off. Shit, man. Put your headphones in. Be very short. Don't say much to them, or just kill them with kindness. Smile at them. Be nice. You know, God bless you. If you just gotta be extra, you gotta be phony, but just don't allow these energy vampires to suck you dry like that. Don't let them or transfer that negative vibe into you. Just be very careful. They do that around your area, so your whole environment would just be. And I did it sort of an experiment over the past year and a half, just kind of stand in this one area to see how they would handle that. And yeah, they want to make the whole environment just kind of negative and towards you, and like you just feel. I mean, it's terrible what they do, but I'm not really surprised or shocked or taken back anymore. I just realized there's people that are very sick. You got people under programming. People are weak, scared, desperate. So it's not surprising. But I know exactly what you mean. I experienced that. But then when I travel further out, Cameron, um, it's a different experience. You get what I'm saying? When it's somebody where it's neutral, where they haven't gotten the alert or they aren't already, put on to what to do if I ever come around, they they're normal. You get a positive experience. But now that second time you come around, or if you're around them a little too long, yeah, things do start to change. But you can definitely tell a difference from when you are somewhere new where they haven't gotten the alert and they haven't already been trained on how to deal with you. It's definitely a better experience. I remember a few years ago when I was traveling. I was either going down south, I think I was going down to Florida. I was coming from north, driving down to Florida, and I remember stopping off at a gas station, like way down in Georgia somewhere, like maybe Columbus, Georgia. Um, I don't know, like just going towards it might have been I don't know, guys, but I just remember how nice and just like genuinely like positive and sweet the energy that came off of the female cashiers. I hadn't felt anything like that in so long. Whenever I come around somebody like that, it's almost like I take him back a little bit. Like, whoa, You forget that that kind of energy and that kind of spirit exists because they have inundated us with nothing but negative, demonic, evil spirits, evil acting people, and nasty. So when you come across that, it's like to this day I haven't forgotten it. It was like 4 years ago. You know, they messed up my DoorDash order. Sorry to hear that. Angel now aware. Sometimes you have to log out of the app and log back in to kickstart it again to get orders. I tried DoorDash back in the fall, winter, and noticed the shadow banning. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah, back then, that's when I first started messing around with it, back around 2018, 19. And it was fine back then. It was perfectly fine back then. It wasn't, but back then I was using my ex-wife's account. I got my own account in 2020, and the targeting has been completely terrible ever since then. But it's only here in the state of Georgia, in this Atlanta, Georgia area. This is the only place that I don't get any. They'll just completely stop you from working. Like they did, like I did it in Florida. I did it like in the Washington D.C., Baltimore area, Tampa, Orlando. I did it in many other places, but but only here in Georgia is where I've been sitting here now for almost 3.5 hours, and I've got nothing. Like they'll just completely won't let you do shit. No money, nothing whatsoever, right? And then harass you. Then when I drive off, they'll do different things to harass and antagonize. Like when I go into like when I walk into work, they'll probably have somebody walking into the restaurant next door with a red DoorDash bag, kind of to like antagonize, to kind of rub it in, like put salt in the wound. That's how it works. So then that's supposed to trigger me, right? That's supposed to trigger my deep, dark, layered MK Ultra, right? That they have programmed in me to be pissed off about that. So now I should be pissed off and feel that I was done wrong. I had an injustice done to me, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I should just go lash out on society because of it. And therefore now I'm neutralized and terminated out of society, off the grid, and then they'll just go focus on targeting someone else. That's how it works. I'm supposed to be frustrated and broke. They didn't let me make any money. They're controlling the system from behind. I did everything right. I got everything in order. I'm sitting here in a brand new car, ready to roll, ready to work, and they won't let me do anything. So I'm supposed to feel so aggrieved and so like just so which is rightful. Is rightful anger is correct, but it's the way it's a setup though. It won't help me in any kind of way to go lash out and go hit somebody or go cuss somebody out. When you hear TIs talking like that, they're either trying to lead you down the wrong path and being slick. There's some fake ass Freemason, phony, trying to be slick and trying to like guide you or trying to like influence you to go do something stupid to take yourself off the streets, or they're just frustrated and they haven't done the right work with themselves to be able to deal with this in a proper way. It says what's going what's going that's positive what's going on is positive about your life today, sir. Let's start there, then watch good things happen. Okay, targeted individual. So tell me about some positive things you've been experiencing while you've been targeted. The point of this live when I started the first one was pretty much to show you guys again, which is still going on at this moment, how they're utilizing this technology to alter our lives, and also this is how they're neutralizing us. They can stop us financially. I've been sitting here for about 3.5 hours trying to do a food delivery. I purposely came over to this side of town, parked right next to this shopping center full of restaurants, and in the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday, which I've been doing for years, used to make plenty of money. The van that I have outside of this car right here, I bought it by doing DoorDash for a year. You get what I'm saying? So it's money to be made. It's just that here they just decide that if they don't want you to make any money. They want you to be in a position of struggle and lack and demoralized. This is what they do. The gang stalking here is on a different level of evil that I think a lot of people don't understand. There's different levels to people's gang stalking. I really, really wish. I really wish that I could be. I was being gang stalked right now. Not that I wish I was being gang stalked, but I would prefer to be somewhere like a New York, maybe California, like a state that's typically liberal. Because yeah, they are gonna gang stalk you, but I think people like who live in these different kind of states like that, you don't understand what it's like to be gang stalked. You already be in the South, first of all, with the attitudes, the Confederate states, and all of that, and to be gang stalked on top of that, with the already entrenched attitudes and the culture and their ways, right? And then you add the gang stalking program while being isolated on top of that. I think people don't understand that. There's another Ti, Massa. I see that he's having struggles, right? He's been able to be living somewhere for quite some time even as a target individual and not be thrown into the streets, right? Into homelessness with a dispute with a landlord. In these states that I'm in, like Georgia, Florida, shit like that, you'll be out in 3 days in handcuffs. They don't you don't get to do you get what I'm saying? So that's just an example of the targeting is going to be a little more harsh. So you might have to walk out on the streets and deal with a lot more people trying to agitate and irritate you. But it's a little bit different when they're using the system, the laws. You get what I'm saying? The traffic lights, the EMS. I mean, when they're using the actual infrastructure against you. I'm not talking about people walking around making funny faces at you or throwing hand symbols up or little minor inconveniences. I'm talking about literally stopping you from making an income to feed yourself. You get what I'm saying? Literally trying to kill you on the internet, on an interstate, poisoning your food. It's a little different, depending on where you are. Okay, I got you. In case the I recently started going back to school to earn my credentials, so they keep me up late at night before I go to school. Hey, what I would do, God strengthens me, is I would get some earplugs or get some headphones. You know what I mean? And put something on. I have apps that I use that'll have these sounds, like it could be like the rain sound, or it could just be like the wind blowing. Just something. Just turn it up, and that blocks them out completely. The headphones with an app that makes it. Even YouTube has like things you can listen to help you sleep, and you can block these idiots out completely. If you don't want to do that, I would just get earplugs. Go to Amazon. They got all different kind of earplugs. Put them in your ear, and it will definitely muzzle a lot of the noise that they make. It'll definitely help a lot. I've used them over the years, um, and they work wonders. Work wonders. And I got to use that kind of stuff every day because I've been doing the whole van life thing, out of my van for the most part over the last couple of years. So it's very easy for them to do noise campaigns with me on a regular basis. I get around the clock noise campaigns. The reason why they're not going crazy at this moment is because I'm on live and they don't want to expose themselves as much, But they've been going really hard lately with me, over over the past week or so. Um, Targeted individual says, "Okay, I got you. Uh, so a case of water and a cooler, and when things slow down, sell $1 or $2 waters." Yeah, I hear you. I got a job too, though. I'm going to work. I have a job. This is. I'm going. I got to be at work in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I also have other. I got Uber I could be doing right now as far as doing trips, but I don't want to do that right now. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to do that. You can't let the program just dictate to you. Like I really feel as though they're trying to urge me and push me towards doing Uber rides because they got certain perks that in particular, lined up that they want to have in my vehicle. It's certain things that they want to do. Here we are on a Sunday. They have more people available to them to run these different scripts and these different street theater plays. And this vehicle that I'm in is not like my other vehicle, my van, which is a lot larger. I don't like playing those games with perps, right? I'm not in the mood all the time with that. You know what I mean? Okay, so targeted Patton said, "What's up? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in." I saw your name somewhere or something somewhere else or something. I think it was a comment that I did. Angel now aware says, "Yeah." I left Cucamonga because the gang stalking was so bad in the hoods. Yeah, the hoods are the worst. I would prefer. I ain't gonna lie. Like the neighborhood that I'm in, that I'm spending most of my time in now, it's a pretty good neighborhood. It's not really any violence, only murders, only shooting for the most part that takes place as the police. They kill people out here every now and then. Like they killed somebody at a store that I go to on a regular basis to load money up on one of my cards. I usually go there on Fridays. One of those Fridays, around the same time that I go, they killed a dude there. They shot and killed him. And they said that he went there every day. They shot and killed him there. And then a few months before that, they sent me to a Wendy's for a. I was over in this part of town, and they sent me to a Wendy's to pick up a delivery. And when I got there, it was filled with police and ambulance. And I asked, and a news camera reporter pulled up right next to me. I got it all on video. I'm gonna try to find that and show you guys that eventually. I videoed all that. This is about almost a year ago. And I said, "What happened?" He said the police killed somebody in there, and they sent me to a delivery there at that moment. You get what I'm saying? So the police kill people, and that's another reason why these people are probably under so much understanding and control in this program. Because every now and then, if there's a murder that takes place, and it's and it's law enforcement that's doing it kind of keeps people under wraps. I actually had to go to that place last night. I didn't want to, but I had an emergency. I had to load some money on my car because I forgot to pay my phone bill. I didn't want to get cut off. I had to go there, and it was just like a nasty, eerie feeling there. All the clerks in there had a little smirk on their face. The guy that got murdered, he probably was a TI. Who knows? But I'll get off that topic right now. There's a lot of things that go on around here that I don't talk about. At least not right now, for safety reasons. California is pretty bad when it comes to gang stalking, at least for me. They say that's where it started here in America, Cameron. In California, these kind of programs. It's a video that I was watching on Rumble. That's why I tell you guys. This is another little secret I give you since you guys are here with me on this live. I wish you guys hit the like button a little bit. But Rumble, even though YouTube's cool to connect with people and get a network, it's just that it's infiltrated with an extreme amount of perps, guys, and like kind of like fraudulent TIs, and it's ran by Google. Google is a big culprit in our gang stuff, and tracking and all that. So, but the other platform that I like a lot, which is Rumble, I have difficulty uploading my content there. It takes so long, and I got a few videos up. I haven't really developed that channel, but I do have a Rumble. But over there, guys, that's where you can really find real information. I found a woman there that pretty much decoded this whole matrix for me. That's why it doesn't bother me at all mentally anymore because I understand it now. I understand that people are under different layers of programming, dark layered levels of MK Ultra, dark MK Ultra programming, and some people are not spirited beings. I get it now. You get what I'm saying? So I know how to navigate this stuff mentally. That's completely a wrap. It's over. Game over for that. So now that's why they resorted to what they're doing to me right now, which is just completely stop me. Like I can't. I've been sitting there for almost 3 hours now, guys. I've been sitting around for 3 hours trying to do food deliveries in a busy shopping center right here across the street from me, and they haven't sent me one delivery. And when I called in, she gave me a little attitude and hung up on me. So that's why basically, like I said, I understand all of this shit now at this point. I mean, I'm 5 years in. I'd be crazy if I didn't understand it by now. I found this chick on Rumble who almost single-handedly decoded and unwrapped my whole understanding of this shit. But a good amount of it was confirming some of it was confirming what I already kind of understood. But she really broke it down. But that's what I want to say. If you just check out Rumble, I'm not going to give you guys who she is. I'm not ready to do that quite yet. I don't want to expose, one day. But I'll tell you guys, you might have to try to kind of like get outside of the YouTube world because this joint is so infiltrated with so many fakes and perps and just it's unbelievable. But somewhere like Rumble, the algorithm is not designed to manipulate you and kind of like mislead you. And you can actually find good, solid information because it's not like really trying to sell you anything. It's not a bunch of ads cutting you off all the time. You can actually get the information that you need, but it's not as well. It's not as put together as well as YouTube as far as uploading videos fast and different things like that. But if you want solid information and you want to learn and you want to decode this matrix, you might not be able to do it on this particular platform right here, even though this one is good for many things. All right, I'm gonna read some comments. What time is it right now? Hey guys, so I think what I'm gonna do is 4:42. I probably end this live at 5 o'clock. I got to be at work in about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna just start preparing for work. I literally sat out here for 3 hours trying to do a food delivery, and they didn't give me one. So I decided to do a video, but I didn't have enough space in my phone for the video, and it cut off on me. So I decided just to go live and talk to you guys spontaneously. And I think these lives are usually the best ones. And for those of you who have been in my other lives and it just ended abruptly, I apologize for that. Sometimes my phone might just die because I'll just pick the phone up and go live abruptly, and the phone might die, or something might happen, and I might not be able to get back on. But right now, I'm sitting in the car, I'm all plugged in, you know what I'm saying? Got the air on. But anyway, I'm gonna go until about 5 o'clock, and then I'm gonna start getting prepared for work. So let's just chat a little bit. Oh, that's what I got 20 of you guys in here. So let me just explain this to you. This is what I want. This is why I started everything. What I was trying to tell you guys is this, right? How they're stopping me from working right now. I've been sitting here for 3 hours, and I was speaking about companies like CrowdStrike and Palantir, and how these are cybersecurity companies that have been contracted. Matter of fact, I should read it to you right now. It says target people. When you put it in Google, let me read it to you guys right quick. While I have you here, okay? It tells you about exactly what they're about. Let me see. It's Palantir Cybersecurity. Palantir Cyber. See, look, about 7 people. That's probably the people working for this particular company. All right, let me see what we got. Here it is, right here. Uh, all right, sorry guys, I can't find that exact. Here it is, right here, right there. Palantir. What is Palantir famous for? All right, it's not a health company. It specializes in supporting government agencies to use surveillance and big data technology to identify and target people. It says in conflict zones at our borders or for policing. Or for policing. Okay? Palantir. Now, they're just like the other company, cybersecurity company, CrowdStrike. These are private companies that can do things to us that are unconstitutional, but not be held accountable the same way that the government would. You understand? That's why they use them. And now, also, what you have to remember is the police departments in your local area use these companies. So, right here in this local community, I believe that it's the local police department that's continuously doing this to me, as far as not allowing me to actually, use the apps to make money. And anything that I do, they're anything that I do that I am able to use. Excuse me, anything that I am able to when I am able to work and I accept a trip or a delivery, it's them. It's them sending me on wherever they want me to go because they got complete control of it using this cybersecurity company, Palantir, for example. Okay. Now, what's special about Palantir is the owner of this company. Again, he's a billionaire, right? He is one of the guys that founded PayPal with Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk will just endorse Trump. Is giving Trump like $300 million. Listen to this now. Palantir is created by this guy named Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is a billionaire. He's a homosexual. He's also known for he was outed as a homosexual by this company called Gawker. The company Gawker was like a TMZ type of company years ago that had a big lawsuit about with Hulk Hogan, if you guys are familiar with it, and they sued them for like a whole bunch of money for releasing his private videos. Well, that company outed this guy Peter Thiel for being a homosexual. He's a billionaire and he owns this cybersecurity company that I was just speaking about, Palantir. He pretty much owns, listen to me, guys, he pretty much owns the vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance. So the guy that is running right now with Donald Trump, This guy works for and is funded by the guy behind Palantir. And these people are known as being like fascists, Nazis, guys. They want to control basically the same thing that Nazis did. They want to control everything and everybody. And this kind of technology is being used to control me in particular. Right now, you see my last live here where they turned off, they cut my live twice. Right now, I've been out here for 3 hours trying to do a delivery. I haven't got one delivery. See, look, they're showing me all seeing eye right there. See that? The top of that pyramid. I wish you guys could see the whole thing. That light blinking is on the top of on the back of that ambulance is like a pyramid, and it's blinking on the top. They always send me that little message all the time around the neighborhood. But anyway, Palantir is owned by this guy that I'm speaking about called Peter Thiel. He's a super billionaire. Like I said, he co-founded PayPal. He got fired by Elon Musk. But right now, he's put a lot of money into this guy, JD Vance. Now, a few days after Donald Trump got shot, right after that, that's when he decided to bring this guy, JD Vance, on as his vice president. These people are coming from the cybersecurity world, the same cybersecurity world that is doing stuff to us, that's making our lives difficult with everything that we're trying to do day to day in this GangStalking program, guys. And this is the guy that's getting ready to be in the White House right next to Donald Trump. So that gives you an example of what we got coming here in the future, because it looks like Trump is probably going to win. And these guys are fascists. And this company that he uses is contracted with the United States government to target people, to target citizens or whoever. So that's what we're dealing with here, okay? If anyone doesn't understand, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential candidate running with Donald Trump, the guy who pretty much owns him, who put $15 million into his local campaign. He also hired him at a job on one of his companies, investment companies in tech. Okay, hope you guys are following that. You can take those little tidbits I gave you and do your own information. I mean your own do your own studying and research and see how it's affecting you. But I'm showing you right now how all the information that I just gave you is affecting me right now in real time. And that's how you can relate this stuff to you outside of the spiritual side of it. All right. Now let me catch up here. California is pretty bad when it comes to gang stalking. That's why you left. Yes, horrible. Georgia and Florida has stand my ground. You can defend yourself if you're in court and you're already exposing certain things. You have to step towards things. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get to that point. They do a lot of gunplay here in Georgia. I've seen guns too many times since I've been here being pulled out. And I've never seen guns pulled out like this in Florida or any other places that I live. They're really into that stuff here. Um, it's real, but they just want your attention. It's deeper than that, Officer Donut. They want more than our attention. Believe you me, I've been in this long enough. The attention is just a distraction while they're doing everything else to you, okay? You don't have to worry about the police here in South Africa hurting you. They just want you to give them a few dollars. Yeah, that's pretty much around the world, man. The police around the world always want a few dollars, especially if they figure out you are an American. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's not the same murder culture or violence culture. I would say in other places outside the U.S. like that. So yeah, I would definitely agree with what you just said there for sure. We're all brainwashed. Don't let them latch on to their tricks, brother. I know that's right. 90% is bots. The entire thing is rigged. Yeah, I agree. What do we have here? It says Officer Donut says 2 times 1 it goes deep. If you pay attention, they will keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it no matter what. I've been going through this for years. Whether I ignore it, whether I speak about it, whether I don't speak about it, no matter what I do, they're gonna run the same program because it's money behind it. They get federal grants to run these programs, federal Homeland Security grants from the Department of Defense, which is funded up to about 800. I believe it's $848 billion budget. They have a lot of money to spend, and no matter what you do, if you're on this list, if you ignore them, if you speak about it, if you do anything, no matter what you do, They're going to continue to run a program because they got to continue to keep the money flowing. So it doesn't matter what you do at all. The best thing you can do for yourself is not allow them to trigger you to do something to get yourself off the streets, though. But anything else you can do to advocate and bring attention, expose the program is great. Don't let people discourage you from doing that. Say, oh, ignore it, don't talk about it. These are the people that want you just to shut up and suffer while the program continues to run and make money off of your misery. Expose this shit, speak about it, tell on these fools, talk about it, show your targeting. Don't shut up and suffer in silence. It doesn't make any sense. Anybody that's really going through this will never tell you that. You need to shed light on this evil. Okay? Battle for your brain. Can you send out a list of Rumble channels to help others get started? I will say that there's only one channel so far that I really just focused in on. I haven't really found any other channels that really that I would. The one that I'm speaking about that really just really decoded this matrix for me. The gang stalking aspect of that is probably only a percentage. I say probably about 25% of it. The rest of it is really about just the programming and targeting the programming and the matrix programming that causes people to participate in gang stalking and that causes people to be gang stalked. So once you can understand it on that level, this little petty stuff that they're doing out here, these games and all this stuff, you'll understand it and it'll be a lot easier to deal with it. I mean, I haven't been upset or anything about any of these tactics that these people have done in so long because I clearly understand that these are matrix inserts that are designed to bring me to a negative experience on my timeline. And as long as you can understand that, you don't take any of this stuff personal, and all you need to do is focus on deprogramming your brain and battling the program for your survival. All the other stuff is just extra. All the emotions and all the feelings and taking it personal and feeling like you're the chosen one, and all these different things is not going to help you if you personalize it too much because they're not personalizing this stuff, guys. They're not doing this stuff to us because they have a personal feeling towards us. They're doing this because it's business. It's big business. Now, the person who unjustly put you in a program, that's who you need to worry about. That's the person who may have a personal problem with you. If it's a family member or ex-girlfriend, old coworker. If it's somebody that you know did this to you, that's the person that has a problem with you. But these idiots out here day to day being used by the program, they don't have a problem with you. You're wasting your time giving them any emotion at all. So battle for your brain. I don't have any channels to give out just yet. But once I'm ready to start sharing some of that kind of stuff, once I find some that I know aren't here to program and hurt TIs, I'll share it. Using my different platforms, I always share that kind of stuff, so I will do that. But the one that I'm still studying and researching and using for my personal growth, I'm not ready to expose that yet. Only myself and the program that watches everything I do online knows about that right now. But there's no way for them to sabotage her because it's not like she has an interactive page. She has her content up, and she just put it up for you to go ahead and do what you need to do. It's about 150 videos, and you just go ahead and you can learn from it. And she also does personal stuff where you can get in contact with her and do sessions and pay, which I'm thinking about doing at some point because it's really that good and it's really freed me. It has really freed me, literally, like mentally freed me beyond anything that I've experienced over the past years of studying this stuff. I'll say, okay, so me try a woke God that says, I think gang stalking is spiritual and physical is both, not just one sided. The gang stalking is the manifestation of the spells being cast. I agree completely. I agree completely, and that's why I don't think it's smart to ignore either side. Don't ignore the spiritual side, and definitely don't ignore the physical because you're here. You have to deal with this stuff physically. So I would definitely say to give them both enough a balanced amount of attention to protect yourself from the downfalls that can come from this. Targeted patent 444. Officer Donut says the world got corrupted. The previous giants tapped into a corrupt entity. Man, corruption is everywhere. I tell you, that's the reason why this stuff is going on right now is because of corruption. They're misusing government funds to target people like myself and many of you who are being targeted for unjust purposes. Somebody's just jealous or scorned or stuff like that. I'm 99% sure that I'm in it because of scorned, scorned and jealousy. You know what I mean? Envious and hate. And I know where I'm pretty sure I know where it came from as well. And I'm not in contact with those people anymore, and I wouldn't do that. I don't see how people still can do that. But then I see why people's lives don't seem to be progressing any at all, or they don't seem to be understanding things better mentally, or progressing in the physical world as well, because they seem to hold on to the people that have clearly betrayed them because they're scared to venture out and find peace and understanding. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. How much money do you think has been wasted so far? Hasn't been Isn't that bad business? Yeah, it's a waste of money, but they have the money to waste. All this taxpayer money. This is a very very rich country. This country has about I think it's $27 trillion. This is $27 trillion country. There's a lot of money here to waste. And when you're that rich, you tend to play with the money to do things to suit your personal needs and wants and desires. So people are utilizing that money to suit their personal needs and wants and desires. There's somebody that wanted to see me and you and you and you. They want to see us suffering. They want to see us harmed. They want to see us going through a difficult time. They wanted to see us sad and demoralized and bummy and broke. There's somebody who wanted to see that. So they had access to this program to throw us in to achieve that goal, if they could. And that's what this is, guys. Something's wrong with their spirit. Money is the universal language, no doubt about it. But sometimes, even as a TI targeted patent, even as a TI, sometimes the dollars don't even matter. Believe it or not. Even as a TI, well, I mean, as a TI, sometimes even money it won't even work the way you would want it to. Believe me. Word. DOD budget is the largest in our government, right? 848 billion dollars. You know what I mean? 24 billion a year. So they have so much money to throw around to all these people to do this stupid shit. That's why you see these idiots out here in these pickup trucks riding around, making noise all day, pulling up next to you, using these devices, looking at your phone. I mean, look, think about this shit. In the middle of the day, you have enough money or you have time to have people riding around they tap my phone at all times, 24/7. They're watching everything I do on my phone, and then these dumb idiots try to remind me of it every day. Like I tell you every day, I know you're on my phone. There's nothing that I'm doing in my phone that I would be ashamed of. So I don't care. You can't shame me. You can't embarrass me. That shit is over. And that's also programming, guys. That's how they use your programming. If you're still programmed about being embarrassed about certain things, or you can still be shamed and things like that. They're gonna use that programming. That's where your MK Ultra programming exists that you don't even realize. If you're still caught up in your ego programming, oh I gotta be this, or I'm that, I'm fly, you gotta be this. If you're still caught up in that kind of shit, you're still gonna be susceptible to this program, and you still can be used against other TIs. So when I see other TIs kind of still talking ego talk and certain kind of things that people who are not targeted can focus on, but TIs, it's a waste of time. When I hear them on those kind of, or when I hear these TIs that are kind of like judgmental about other people, you know what I'm saying, about how other people live their lives, or judging other TIs, or people's, if you're judgmental and you judge people, something ain't right, because I don't know what kind of target you are, or you just haven't done the proper work yet to heal through this shit and deprogram yourself. So that I know you're still somebody that can be used to hurt me in the program. You still can be used by this AI algorithm system and these handlers and the architects to use against me as a perp. If you haven't done the proper healing with yourself and your personality, who you are, how you carry yourself, if you haven't done that, you're dangerous as a TI. And now you can be used as a perp. And I've seen it so much with all these guys that I watch online. They're being used for evil. And some of them really seem like they're being targeted. But I can clearly see, because there's no way in hell, You can't tell me that you can still be a TI and not perp other people if you don't work on it. I don't perp anybody. You know, I get what I want. I go get me cars, get what I need, do things I want to do. I go work. I keep it. I've been in my job for over a year, about a year now. I deal with Target in there. I deal with things, but I've dealt with financial problems. I was homeless, stuck in the car in the cold, in the heat, mosquito bites, bitten up, rashes, all kinds of shit, infections in my ear, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And still haven't perked nobody. Went through hell. You know, they still they stop. Look, I've been sitting here for 4 hours trying to do one delivery. They haven't sent me anything. So all of a sudden I'm gonna go perp somebody else because I can't get what I want. No, I work harder. I sacrifice. I do without. I don't have certain things, but I don't go. Maybe I'm the dumb one. I accept that. Maybe I'm the dumb one. You get what I'm saying? Because I won't go purposely or knowingly go do things to hurt other people for little trinkets or whatever. Maybe that's maybe that's my downfall. Maybe I should be a little more cold and nasty and self-serving, but it's not in me because I wasn't treated that way throughout my life. I wasn't abused and treated bad and you know not wanted by women and different things. I was treated pretty, you know, as far as I was okay. So I don't have that installed in me to want to lash out on other people, and that's why that makes somebody like me probably a target because I don't already have that inside nastiness, right? And I was watching another Ti some doing something recently. Like, damn, as soon as they walked into the place, they were going to see other people. You know, as soon as they walked in, they start going in on like even though they were joking, but like start saying negative shit to people. It's bringing a negative vibe and a negative energy. And I'm like, well, this is how I can see how some people could be targeted because they're living and reveling in that kind of energy. So yeah, you're gonna be targeted. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm pissed. I'm like, why the fuck am I over here with these people? I don't even live like this. But then I realized it's because of me dealing with somebody that's like that. You see what I'm saying? And having and also being born into a family of people like that, and so therefore choosing people to date or even maybe even be friends sometimes that are that way. And I gotta understand that that's programming. So I have to kill that programming and I got to recalibrate everything. I got to go be alone. I got to be isolated. I got to go sit in the car by myself. I got to go relearn shit and reprogram my mind the right way so I can attract the right kind of people. So I'm not able to be used to hurt other people. And when you see TIs that still talk that worldly shit where they still on like that young, that knucklehead, that, you know, they still haven't did the work yet. And they're going to be dangerous for you as a TI. You know, I don't even waste my time with the perps and shit. They don't even try to play mind games with me, all this dumb shit. They can do all the, oh, we're going to all say the same word, or we're going to wear the same. They can do all that because my mind has already been freed from this matrix system and these little games that y'all are playing. I see you for what you are now, and I'm not mad at you because it's not your fault in all situations. They do everything for money, even if it's corrupt. God's servant is me. You're exactly right, and that's what's really the money is what really drives the program. There's evil spirited people that want to do this kind of shit, and usually those are the ones with the money. The nasty, evil, angry, hating, jealous, sneaky, squabbling motherfuckers. Those are the ones that have the most success. And that's the thing about it. You know, I feel betrayed because I was taught not to be that way, and I wasn't that way, and look what it got me. But all the ones that sneaky, the liars, the ones that just lie right to your face, and you know, and the ones that want to participate in trying to push you to suicide and play the color coded games and do all this shit to you, they got the house, they got the car, they got the family, and they get to go to the weddings and the events and all that. But those are all fucked up people, though. They're not all okay, guys. They take medication. These people are on psychotropic meds, depression medication, high blood pressure, anxiety meds. They're not okay and functioning just fine out here, guys. But they make a choice, so they're gonna go ahead and deal with the toxicity and the nasty and the darkness of the world and live in it and revel in it and maybe even thrive in it. But they do pay a price with their health, their karma, the way their children turn out, different things of that nature. They do pay for it. They don't just get away with it. So don't feel so bad when you see them in their nice cars and they're perfect. You might be walking the streets and they're riding past you in a bright red Charger, you know, making noise, or they ride, you know, or a big ass pickup truck with a loud muffler and splashing a puddle on you. Believe me, they're getting theirs. Okay, don't never envy these people we're being targeted. We don't get a fair shake. We're not getting a fair opportunity and a fair chance. We're not getting a fair opportunity and a fair chance to compete with everyone else. So people that are ahead of us or have more, have things, they aren't getting done to them what we have done to us. It's not a fair. It's not a fair fight. We have one, if not two, hands behind our back, and oftentimes a blindfold. Targeted individual says, I had a conversation with two other target individuals. We talked so positive and motivated each other that started to happen, finding a position. Yeah, that's good that you can find somebody like that. That's really good. It's gonna take work though. You gotta make sure that you've got your mind right and you're able to deal with a little bit of targeting and different anchoring. If you got your mind right to a point where you can handle dealing with other target individuals who are also um, sensitized to certain things, then you're definitely that's definitely a positive. I'll be happy on the day when I'm ready to start doing that myself, where I have enough trust in others, where I can bring somebody in like that and be friends and all that. But right now, I couldn't be somebody's friend or all that because um, the targeting and the program is so strong in my life that I still have to learn how to understand that anybody that I'm around, they're probably going to be forced some way, one way or another, to participate in this targeting, even if it's not intentional. And I got to be able to deal with these people and not react or look at them or treat them in a certain way because of them targeting me, not take it personal. So until I can like really, really deprogram and really get that under control, I kind of just fall back and got to do it, and not really do too much of that and just kind of keep people at a certain arm's length. You know what I'm saying? Until I can get to that point. But that's great that you can do that. Targeted pattern says be aware of your surroundings and pay attention to their tactics so you know exactly what you need to ignore. Exactly. Knowing what to ignore. You know what? I wish I could pin that comment, targeted pattern. Knowing what to ignore is pivotal. And that's, you just said a lot in your mind. To defeat this stuff on the mental for the mental aspect, knowing what to ignore is so important. And once I learned that earlier on, it definitely helped me progress further. Definitely, that's definitely the first step. Knowing what not to even let get into your spirit, your soul, your psyche. You gotta let it just roll off your back. You know what I mean? That's a skill you gotta learn as a TI. Battle for the brain. Okay. Targeted pattern says 100% facts, no doubt. You're right. The rappers I listened to said the exact same thing. Things don't go your way, don't complain, just go harder. Right. We gotta just go harder, but you also, God strengthens me, you do have to know when to complain. You have to know when to advocate for yourself. Don't call it complaining in certain situations. I would call it advocating. You have to advocate for what's right because they'll people are gonna only do what you allow. You have to have boundaries. Okay? You have to learn how to set a certain level of boundaries as a TI. And when people start to people start to violate your boundaries on if it's a certain word, a number, if it's something that you've already expressed to them that this harms me if you do this, whether you not understand it or not. I'm telling you that this is a problem for me if you do this, and I'm gonna need you to work on not doing it. If they decide not to do that, that's not somebody that's designed to be in your reality because they're gonna be harmful for you. You get what I'm saying? So you got to know when to speak up. You know, I wouldn't go around telling everybody that you can come in contact with about your targeting and your sensitization situation. But if there's anybody that you have to deal with on a regular basis and you feel as though you can speak to them, you got to let them know, hey, these are the things that are going to cause me an issue. And if they decide to continue to do it, especially if they start doing it purposely, that tells you what you need to know about that person. Um, let's see. Battle for the Brain says, fight for cognitive rights. Tune in for, yeah, no doubt. Cognitive rights. Cognitive rights. All right, guys. So look, I'm gonna go for a few more minutes. We got 18 people here now, so obviously, if anybody wants to chime in, I think I pretty much touched on some of the topics I really wanted. I spoke about the technology again, just to give anyone an update. Who I've been going for an hour this time. To give you guys an update, I've been sitting here. I started around 1 p.m., maybe 2, let's say 2 ish, around 2 p.m. Eastern Time, United States. I turned on my app, and I wanted to do some food deliveries today. They shut me down completely. They didn't send me not one delivery. I wanted to do this before work. They didn't send me one delivery. They're utilizing. That's because I used to wonder how they were doing this stuff. This is the cybersecurity companies, for example, Palantir or CrowdStrike, that are contracted by the United States government, and they have their contractors target us no matter what we're doing online. The AI algorithm, the AI system will track us down, and whatever it is that we're doing, it is designed to give us a difficult, frustrating, or neutralizing experience. So right now, the system is really mad at me. I went and got a new car to drive on, right, to work with. I could go do Uber right now and make money, so I'm not tripping, and I got to work tonight anyway. But I went and got a different vehicle. I've been very vocal about real gang stalking and the actual system and the program behind this. I'm really talking about it a lot lately, and they've really been attacking me. I also have been deciding to just live my life and just do things that I want to do, and I'm no longer dealing with any of their programming of demoralization, guilt, shame, any of this nonsense that they try to like throw on you in this program, which is artificial, is not legitimate. So I don't take any of that stuff to heart. And once you start to deprogram in this way, the targeting goes even harder. Before I understood that they were using these cybersecurity programs and who they actually were, they would still let me work a little bit. Now again that I've been deprogramming and I understand what's going on here, now they just said "F you altogether. We won't give you anything. How do you like that?" You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm able to sit here and go live with you guys for so long like this. You get what I'm saying? But I am, I do, like I said, I do have to be at work in about an hour. It's crazy. I sat here for about 3 hours trying to do these deliveries, and I got nothing. But at least I got to sit here and talk to you guys for a while. So we'll go a little while longer. How about this, guys? I said I was gonna go until 5, but since there's so many of you here, um, we'll go until about 5:30. So if anybody has anything they want to add in here and or, bring up any topics, feel free. If anything you want me to discuss, if you have any questions for me, anything you want to ask me, I mean, I'm open to it right now. What's going on? High Strangeness? Welcome in, Cicero Stratus. I like that name. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, I got about 15 more minutes here. If anybody has any questions for me or any topics they want to talk about, anything like that, now's the time to do it. Because I got to start preparing for work. It's really sucks, man, to be in something like this. I mean, I literally sat here for 3 hours just trying to do food deliveries. I'm not trying to get $1 million, but they shut it down. They said no. Mosquitoes keep coming in. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So, anybody ever? Is it possible to go live with you? You have a link. Yeah. Let me look at this. There's a way where I can invite people. I got this mosquito that keeps flying in this damn window. All right. I don't want to turn my what's the name? I don't want to turn my battery on. Waste my battery if I turn the air conditioner on. Wasting my battery. I didn't even get to work. You don't put gas in this car. You got to charge the battery up, and sometimes you got to travel somewhere to actually go get it. Gotta kill this mosquito, guys. I'm sorry. It's just probably a government mosquito, right? It's probably a damn. Anyway, let me see. Is it possible? Yeah, let me look at that here in a second. Timing of your gang stalking, street theater, and remote neural monitoring. I don't understand that question. Battle for the brain. Timing of gang stalking, street theater. Elaborate. Bill Gates mosquito, a Monsanto mosquito, right? Right. It was persistent, wasn't it? Damn. All right. Let me put my other Bluetooth in. One of my this one's getting ready to go out. That's the wrong one. Wow, I had the wrong one in the wrong ear. Anyway, you probably guys probably hear me even better now. I had the wrong Bluetooth in the wrong ear. Yeah, let me look at this button. Let me see how I can add you on. There is a way to somebody on. I'm gonna start doing the stream yard. Once I stop doing these, like sitting in the car and doing it like this, um, I'm thinking about probably like once a week. I won't speak on it now, but I'm not gonna do my lives like just in the car all the time soon. And once I get that going, where I'm not just sitting in the car on the fly, like I just did this spontaneously. You know what I mean? I was trying to work; they won't give me any delivery, so I just decided to go live. I have enough memory for a video, but I'm gonna start doing StreamYard, and I'll be able to bring people on. A lot of you got people who I see come in on a regular. I'll have a link, and we can actually speak instead of me just talking to you guys. I was saying that last time. So, again, I got some things that I'm working on, so I won't just be sitting in the car like this doing lives too much longer. I got a few ideas and things that I got going on. Doing this whole car life and stuff and all this almost over for me. So you guys are gonna see some changes just in my life in general over the next few months or so, next year, as I say, next few months, we can get it going. You know what I mean? Now that I've, like I said, now that I've finally like deprogrammed my brain from the targeting, they don't have me mentally wrapped into it anymore. I understand it. I'm looking at it from a different angle. They are trying to attack me now physically with my health, and they're continuing to attack me financially. But like I said, that's we're making progress there. But now they're trying to give me new issues with my health and things like that. So once they can't beat you in one area, once you figure one area out, they start going into another. So I'm gonna start focusing on the health aspect a little more, especially as I'm getting a little older too. You know, so and none of it scares me either. Like I was speaking to let me real quick. I'll say this. I was speaking to somebody about my other vehicle. I have a van. You guys know my van, and we were just talking about some issues that was going on with it. I had a little issue. He was like, "Man, are you scared that if this happens, you got to pay this money? You got to do." I'm like, "Man, I've been through so much in the last few years. There's nothing anymore that they can throw at me that I don't just look at like, all right, here we go. This is another battle to fight. That's all it is at this point. There's nothing." And I couldn't say that years ago, but now it's just like, whatever, man. Whatever you want, whatever these assholes can throw at me, it's just another thing to fight, another thing to overcome. And I tell you like this: if you feel the same way, if you've been through this stuff for years and you feel the same way, hit that like button for me. I got 20 in here with 10 likes. But if you can relate to that, or you feel like that's the way you need to go, I gotta put this window. I mean, these mosquitoes are flying in here, man. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Look at this mosquito right here. I mean, why is it? All right. So it says I remember doing food delivery for Uber, and when I showed up to pick up the food from the restaurant, they would say, "Oh my God, L Desiac." Yes, they're the worst. Uber Eats is the worst with that. I mean, I remember one night, man, they had me, just riding back and forth the restaurant to restaurant. Every single one, I was wasting mad. Every single one, they kept saying, "Oh, there's no delivery here. Oh, we don't have a delivery. We don't have it." Over and over, all night long. You know, it was just, I know what you mean. They make it very hard for us as TIs to do this. Like me, I've been sitting here for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. They didn't give me one delivery. I'm sitting in front of a shopping center with multiple restaurants. We're talking Five Guys, Jersey Mike's, McDonald's, Wingstop, Papa John's. There's a grocery store. I mean, everything right here across the street from me, and I didn't get not one. And I've been sitting in a red hot zone the whole time. So again, that's them using these cybersecurity companies. They override DoorDash. They override Uber. They override Lyft, right? And they control it from that government level. They have a secret back door. All of our phones, all of these apps, everything has a secret back door that these government contractors have access to. So what you have to also remember is these same government contractors is doing this. These are people sometimes too. It's not always just the algorithm or the AI. These are people that are programming your neighbors. You know what I mean? So that person pulling up to you in that car, who some TIs are telling you that that's someone who's coming to suck your spirit, or that someone's coming to whatever. They're coming with a device that's giving them access to everything that's going on in your phone. They're downloading your data, your information, you get what I'm saying, your keystrokes and all that. They're using high technology um on us to cage us in. We're in a cage. You get what I'm saying? They have us in a virtual cage with this technology. So until we can figure it out, we're going to continue to struggle. And I just think that the people that are coming around that highly emphasize the spirituality aspect are overlooking this part of it, and I think that's why they find us so frustrated because they're overlooking the physical aspects of this. Let me see what we got here on the comments. We got about 10 more minutes to talk, guys. I said I'm gonna go to 5:30, right? So I got 10 more minutes. I got to stick to that because I got to get ready for work. I agree. Now I have been dealing with this for years. Yeah, you know what time it is. How strange. We're protected, overcoming their obstacles. We got to. Well, we got to do the work. Um, God strengthens me. We got to do the work to overcome the obstacles because it's going to be a lot of them. This is a computer program. This is like a simulation. All of these people are running off of AI. The people that are controlling this are using us like Sims characters. A simulation. Remember the game The Sims? All these kind of things will program people to get you ready for the new future. We are just like Sims characters, and the people that are the architects of this matrix system that we're living in. They feel like they're superior to us. They're God. They're above us, and we're just like these characters that they sit around and play around with, like we're not even like nothing. So just understand that's what we're dealing with. It's mimicking spirituality. They think that they're God. High strangeness says I used to hate when they were fucking with my GPS hard when I needed to get it most. Yep, I had them playing with the GPS. Everything they do, everything. I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna do my video. I'm gonna go a different route. I gotta with my channel. Well, not a different route, but I'm gonna start adding something where I'm gonna start using news clips or whatever, and then I'm gonna start explaining the targeting within that news story. That's gonna be very evident. I have a couple that I've been sitting on for so long that I've been wanting to do. So I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna start using man these mosquitoes. I'm gonna start using these news clips, and then I will play the news clip, let you guys see the story, and then I'm gonna break down the targeting and gang stalking that took place in that clip, and I think that'll kind of explain things to people who are trying to understand what gang stalking is all about, and I think that'll relate it a little better. I haven't done that much on my channel, and with the whole yeah, and I'm thinking about monetization. I'm eligible to reapply. They suspended my monetization. I don't know if I want to do it 'cause I think I really want to I want to give you guys the real. And when you start doing that monetization stuff, that's when you got to modify what you're saying, worry about copyrights, and you can't really reach the people properly because you're too busy trying to chase the algorithms and the monetization standards and all that. And this is something serious, man. This is advocate. This is advocacy. It's not really entertainment. This is about people trying to save lives and people trying to figure out how their lives are being affected. And you're being kind of blocked on places like this, platforms like this, from being able to speak the truth that can actually help people. So then you find a lot of TIs here, just they find themselves, well, kind of confused and thinking that they're here to entertain. But these are people that are hurting. These are people that need help and not just rhetoric. You know what I mean? Not just hypothetical thoughts and ideas. Like we need some true. People need some true tangible solutions that can actually help improve their lives and not just think about it. That's one thing. That's what I say before I end it too. It's like you don't want to get caught in the idea of I'm just gonna focus on only myself. I'm gonna completely go inward and just like be the best me I could be only. Yes, that's important. I gotta put the window up, guys. These mosquitoes are too much. It's humid out here. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to just be. You want to balance it out because if you're just saying, "Well, I'm just gonna focus on myself and only me and just do the best," yeah, you can be the best, strongest, most pretty, most fine, most handsome, most beautiful, well dressed, smelling good, the best shape of your life, and just got your head stuck up your butt, but you got this whole targeting program around you. So you just be what? A big, strong, well dressed, handsome, well read, well, whatever, um, caged in person. You get what I'm saying? You can focus on you, but you can't do anything because unless you're outside the system. Now this damn mosquito is stuck in here. Hold on, let me let it out. Maybe get out. Go out, out, right there. Get out. All right. So basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, you can focus on yourself and just ignore everything, but you're still gonna be in the cage. Think about a gorilla in a cage, or animal, any animal that's caged in. You could be in the cage and be in the most enlightened, most in shape, most smart, but you're stuck in a cage. So until you figure out how to get yourself out of that cage, you might need to do a little more than just focusing on yourself, because it's not yourself that put you in that cage. But unless, and one caveat to that, unless it is yourself that put you in that cage, unless you know who you are and you are a certain way, you know what your character is and your personality and the things you've done and the things you do. If that's who you are, you might have caused yourself to be put in that cage, and maybe you need to focus on yourself in order to get out of it. But if you are a different kind of TI and your targeting comes from the outside, from a negative entity dealing in like envy and jealousy and hate and things of that nature, then maybe you need to look out a little more and see where the problem is, and then go from there. And that's just my opinion, and that's just the way I have to deal with mine. And maybe other people can relate. Let me read some comments. I only got a few minutes here. We got 27 on the clock. Put the windows down so you guys can hear noise campaign. All right, I'm going to read a few more comments. I only got a few more minutes left, guys. I got to get ready for work now. I did no deliveries at all. I feel like we are possibly God's chosen. No doubt about it. God strengthens me. Battle for your brain. Yep. All of the apps have back doors for our metaverse prison. Exactly. Anything we do online is going to be intercepted by these security programs that have backdoor access to this stuff, and high security clearances. These contractors, even your neighbor who might be a government. I come from the DC area. I told you guys before. I come from where you have a bunch of government contractors all around. And yes, these people, just normal people like you and I. You bump into one of them in a grocery store, something go wrong, they go in the house, and maybe they see you pull your credit card out, they see your name in the store, they go in the house, they can put you in a whole situation to have you thinking you're being spiritually attacked, but they just put you in the mix, in the matrix program that they set up. Y'all better get your heads out your butts and understand it's real out here, and don't let these people who are talking, trying to just emphasize that in an unbalanced way. Don't let them fool you into thinking that that's the only way to go, because they're trying to lead you down the wrong path, or they're just trying to lead you to a point where you're just I'm not even going to get into it too much, but just be careful who you're listening to, because all these people you're talking to don't have your best interests at heart. They're either entertaining you for personal gain, or they're usually working for one of these lodges or some kind of an agency that's trying to mislead you so you can be thinking in delusions, and you're sitting here totally delusional, totally lost, while they're just sitting back having a good time, um, spinning you around like a Sims character. Yeah, I better wake up. It says, weird that this would be my life's war. We all feel that way, high strangeness. This is one thing that no one ever could have prepared us for. All the movies we saw, all the books we've read, all the experiences we've had in our lives, especially somebody my age. I just turned 40 this year. Nothing could have prepared us for this shit. No one. So there's no one in the past that can tell us, well, maybe if you go speak to people that have been through the Zerzet song in Germany, maybe if you speak to the people that went through the Phoenix program in Vietnam, or you can speak to people here in America that lived under the McCarthy trials, things like that. Maybe they can kind of, if you study those situations, the Phoenix program, here, listen to me, the Phoenix program that took place, the same kind of program, but they did it in Vietnam. Remember, this is all military stuff. Also, you have the McCarthy trials, the McCarthy era here in the United States, when they were trying to find the communists. See, back then they were trying to find the communists. Now they're trying to find the terrorists. You see how they changed the words? Look those things up. The Phoenix program. Look up COINTELPRO, Operation Paperclip. This stuff all repeats itself, guys. This is just the most updated version with the newest technology, and we're suffering worse than anybody. because we're dealing with the newest technology that has really just skyrocketed. So, what's going on, Lee from Minnesota? How is the targeting out there in Minnesota? I got to get off of here, guys. I'm gonna read the last comments that I see, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end it. Lee Ti from Minnesota. Lee, how's that targeting out there? High Strangeness says finding DB and Moose's channel really helped me in the beginning. If there are any new channels, I would recommend them along with numbers. Well, High Strangeness, if you find someone's content and it helps you, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Even if I'll say this also, even with some of the targeted individual channels that I watch here and there, even if I don't agree with everything they say, or even if I know they might be playing both sides of the fence, if they have good information and I feel like they are giving out information that can help guys, I don't put them on blast. You know what I mean? So there are some channels that are out here that I do like to look at here and there. I do get information, but those particular people are still working within their altars. They're still being controlled by the program, and they haven't done enough work where they aren't harming TIs by their program. Let's just say it like that. So if you do get something positive from someone's channel, that's good. But I wouldn't invest myself emotionally in any of a lot of these TIs, most of the TIs that you do come across, because a lot of these people still haven't done the proper work to free themselves from the grips of this program and hurting other people because of it. Okay, another mosquito here. Every time I open the thing, I'm about to drive off, guys. Let me drive out of here. I'm gonna start heading towards work. Might just get in a little early. Well, guys, let me read these last few comments here, and then I'm gonna get out. These mosquitoes are starting to piss me off. I keep getting stuck in here. All right, let me read these comments. It says, "I opted out of the dollar system and put everything into Bitcoin. The dollar dies for the CIA." Okay, yeah, I mean Bitcoin. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not fully sold on it. I don't fully understand how to spend. I don't understand Bitcoin fully yet, how to spend it and all of that. But I have invested in some of it. I still have a little bit of investment in Bitcoin currently. You can do it through your apps or whatever. Says okay. It says yeah. God showed this me. I'm gonna read these last comments. God showed this me. Says yeah. Like that doesn't matter. I bought new clothes or got a haircut. The gang stalking. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Haircut, new clothes. It doesn't matter. The gang stalking will continue. But hey, God strengthens me. What I will say, that's a good idea though. The better you look, the better you carry yourself, the more demoralized the program becomes. Okay, that's a little secret I'll give you. Be the best you can be. It's very easy. It's easy to just say forget it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of let yourself go a little bit. I've fallen into that from time to time. Just kind of so busy, not really letting yourself go, but you're so busy, you don't keep up with yourself as much. Don't go buy sneakers. If you still want to kind of keep yourself up, because remember, they are slandering our names and making us look a certain way around the community. So then when people do come in contact with you, if you are looking kind of like down and out, your facial expressions, the way your body, um, your personal hygiene, your body language, your wardrobe, your shoes, your clothing, your cleanliness, if it is slacking off, it's going to make it a little easier for these brainless Android people, robots, bots, as DB and them call them. It makes it easier for them to target you. But when you when they feel demoralized just by coming in contact with you, seeing that you go through so much, but you still have dignity and self-respect, and self pride, that kind of demoralizes them almost. It's kind of like when they threw water on a Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz, they start to melt away. Believe me, but it doesn't stop. They just come at you differently, but they will always continue to try to pick at your self esteem. So remember that. I'm an atheist, Ti, in Colorado. It's technology, no doubt, Cicero. You know what time it is. This technology is so good; it got people thinking of spirituality. Man, this is dangerous. It's dangerous. High Stranger says, I kind of was curious what you think about them. Oh, okay. It was good to chat with you, bro. I hope things were well for you. Look forward to talking to you again. Same to you. High Strangeness. Almost every car has one headlight. Yeah, that's an old thing, Lee. Be the best. Be the best. You. All right, guys. It was nice talking to you. I'm gonna get ready to head out of here. I gotta work. I just want to remind you guys before I go. I started right now. The time is 5:36 p.m. Eastern time. I started around 2 p.m. to try to do a little food deliveries. I wanted to do DoorDash today, and I drove over here just for that. And I got not one option, not one offer, guys. They never really did shit like this. I usually would get some, and they would just harass me and play around with me and do all kind of goofy shit. But now that I know what's up, I guess it's not as fun. So they literally gave me no deliveries whatsoever. But it's okay, man. I'm gonna go to work now. Then I'll probably do some Uber rides tonight after working all night long. I'll probably be finished work around like 1 in the morning, and then I got to get out and probably work a few more hours and do some Uber deliveries. And that's the life of a T. If you want to survive, this is how you have to. This is kind of shit you got to put up with. All right, guys. I'll be back live again, maybe spontaneously when something else is going on. Until then, man, y'all hit the like button, leave some comments. Y'all watch some videos. Check out my Instagram. It's under the same name, GangStalking by the numbers. My stories are usually pretty good. I got a lot of good information that goes into my stories. Those only stay up for about 24 hours, so you might want to check those out. Check out the my shorts. I have a lot of good shorts with a lot of great information on YouTube channel. And check out my old videos. And some of those videos might be coming down soon if I decide to go for my monetization again, but I'm not sure. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Stay safe out there. Peace.